Does this sound familiar? A husband and wife, married for 40 or 50 years, they're good people, they've built a life together, but as they've gotten older, something has shifted. She seems a little more distant, a little more easily annoyed. The easy laughter they once shared doesn't come as quickly. You might just call it old married couple stuff. But what if it's something more? Behind the quiet dinners and the long, silent car rides, there are often years of unspoken feelings and needs that were never met. Now, this isn't about blaming anyone. This isn't about making husbands feel like villains or wives feel like victims. It's about understanding a pattern that happens in many long-term marriages, especially as we get older. Most of the time, the husbands are caught completely by surprise. They wake up one day and their wife seems cold or resentful, and they honestly don't know why. But here's the key. These feelings didn't just appear overnight. They grew slowly, quietly, over many years, built from small moments and missed chances to connect. So, whether you're a husband who's noticed a change, a wife who is feeling that quiet ache, or you just want to understand the people you love a little better, I invite you to stay with us. We're going to look at 5 common reasons this happens and, more importantly, what we can do about it. Reason 1. He stopped seeing her. One of the biggest reasons a woman's heart can grow distant isn't because of something big and dramatic, it's because of something quiet. So quiet. Most men don't even realize it's happening. It's the feeling of being invisible. It doesn't mean a man is mean or uncaring, it just means he may have unintentionally slipped into autopilot. He provides, he's there, but he stops doing the little things that make a woman feel seen. He stops asking, "How are you really doing?" He stops noticing the little signs of worry on her face. He assumes that if she isn't complaining, everything must be okay. After a few decades of this, her emotional well runs dry. This feeling often gets stronger in the later years. The kids are grown, the job has slowed down, and the house is quiet. For the first time in a long time, there's space for her to think and feel. And she might realize, I've spent 30 years taking care of everyone, and I'm not sure he even sees me anymore. I remember talking to a 72-year-old woman named Carol. She told me, he's a good man, he provided for our family, and never raised his voice. But you know, he hasn't asked me how I'm doing and really listened since our kids were in high school. That's what feeling invisible is. It's not loud or obvious, but it's heartbreaking. The good news is, it's never too late to change. It starts with a husband simply starting to notice again, to ask, to listen, and to show up with small, steady kindness. Reason 2. A lifetime of carrying the weight alone. Think about how many families were run, especially in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. There was often an unspoken deal. He was the provider, and she was the manager of, well, everything else. That meant she handled the cooking, cleaning, and laundry. But it was also more than that. She was the one who remembered the grandkids' birthdays, made the doctor's appointments, planned the holidays, took care of aging parents, and worried about everyone's feelings. Even if she also worked, that second shift at home was almost always hers. After 40 or 50 years, a woman isn't just tired. She's tired of feeling like she did it all alone. A quiet resentment can build, not from one big thing, but from thousands of little things. One woman I met, Susan, who's now 68, put it this way: I don't resent my husband. I resent that I became the person who had to handle everything. I took care of sick kids, funeral arrangements, and all the emotional stuff. No one ever stopped to ask if I was okay. When someone feels taken for granted for that long, they stop giving with an open heart. Love starts to feel like a chore. Every time he asks what's for dinner, without looking up from his newspaper, it can feel like another reminder that the partnership wasn't quite equal. Many men honestly don't see this dynamic. It's not because they're selfish, it's just the way things were done. But a simple, heartfelt acknowledgement can change everything. A husband saying, I realize how much you've always done, and I should have said thank you more often, can be incredibly healing. Reason 3. The house is quiet, but so is he. When the kids move out and retirement begins, many women look forward to finally reconnecting with their husbands. They dream of long walks, deep talks, and just enjoying each other's company. But often, that's not what happens. The house gets quiet, but so does he. She wants to talk, but he turns on the TV. She wants to share a story, but he just grunts in reply. She wants to feel like a partner, but she ends up feeling more like a roommate. This isn't about being busy anymore. This is about a quiet, emotional distance that feels like a wall between them. A woman named Mary, 73, told me, "When we were young, he used to ask me what I was thinking about. Now, I could sit at the dinner table and cry, and I don't think he'd even look up. I don't need fancy gifts. I just want to feel like I still matter to him." That's the core of it. It's not about drama. It's about the absence of connection. It's the feeling that you're sitting right next to the person you married, but you've never felt more alone. If this video is resonating with you, please consider clicking the like button and subscribing. It helps us create more content like this for people just like you. Now let's continue. Reason 4. Years of sacrifice feel forgotten. As a woman gets older, she has more time to look back on her life, and sometimes a painful thought can surface. All the sacrifices she made for her family feel like they've been forgotten. Her dreams that were put on hold, the career she might have passed up, the countless hours she spent making sure everyone else was happy. It can start to feel like no one even noticed. She looks at her husband, comfortable in his retirement, and a quiet question forms in her heart. Does he have any idea what I gave up so that we could have this life? When the answer feels like no, it creates a deep, quiet ache. It's not that she wants a trophy or a parade. She just wants to be valued. She wants to hear him say, "I couldn't have done it without you." Too many women feel like they've become part of the background, like the wallpaper in the hall that no one really sees anymore. Their lifetime of work has become invisible. But here's the wonderful truth. This is the easiest thing to fix. It starts with a simple sentence, something like, "Honey, I was thinking today about everything you did for us over the years, and I just wanted to say thank you." To a woman who has felt unseen for decades, those words can feel like the sun coming out after a long, cold winter. It's a reminder that her life and her sacrifices mattered. Reason 5. She's changing, and she needs him to change too. Something remarkable often happens to women in their 60s and 70s. After a lifetime of taking care of others, they start to find their own voice again. They have more time to read, think, and discover what they truly want and need. And very often, what they need is real companionship. Not just someone to share a house with, but someone to share a heart with. This new sense of self can be surprising. She's no longer willing to settle for a quiet, disconnected marriage. She doesn't want to be lonely inside her relationship. It's not that her husband did anything wrong. It's just that he may have stopped growing with her. He got comfortable in his routines, while she started to awaken to new emotional needs. A woman named Diane, age 72, told me, "I'd been married for 45 years. He's a good man, but I feel completely alone." This is why some women seem to suddenly pull away in their later years. It's not sudden at all. It's the result of years of quiet drifting, and her finally finding the courage to say to herself, "I need more than this." The hopeful part is that it's not too late to start growing together again. It starts with curiosity. It starts with a husband looking at his wife and thinking, who is this woman now? What is she passionate about? What makes her happy today? Because the women who seem distant aren't asking for perfection. They're asking for a partner who is present, a partner who says, I see who you are becoming, and I still choose you. Final thoughts. If you're a husband watching this, I hope you don't feel blamed. The goal is to bring understanding and hope. Just because things have become distant doesn't mean they have to stay that way. If you're a wife who has been nodding along, please know that your feelings are valid. You are not being difficult, you are being human. The beauty of growing older is that we finally have time to focus on what truly matters. And for most of us, that's connection. Healing a marriage doesn't take a grand, expensive gesture. It starts with the little things. A sincere compliment, a hand held during a walk, a simple question, "What was the best part of your day?" These are the small doors that open up to big conversations. It's how we start to truly see each other again. It's not too late to grow back together. Love, after 60, isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about choosing to show up for each other day after day, especially when things feel quiet. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing that stood out to you today. Your thoughts and stories are so important. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.